this record as frequently as possible.
And welcome everybody to the Overwatch Clash Season 9 Week 6 matchup here between the Phyrexian Hyraxes and the Pittsburgh Puffles of Booney. And it's just going to be me tonight, so it's going to be a nice little solo cast for all of us here to cap off our Saturday. This should be a bit of a banger of a match here. Only undefeated team left in the entire season, being the Hyraxes going against the Pittsburgh Puffles, who topped our power rankings for quite a few consistent weeks there. So we've got ourselves a bit of a banger, hopefully. So I want to make sure my microphone's actually using my microphone and not my webcam mic, but it looks like we are good. So our first map is, in fact, going to be Havana, the pick of the Hyraxes, which I don't know if we've actually seen Havana at all this season, to be honest. I've been seeing a lot of that Circle Royale, potentially a Gibraltar thrown in here and there for the escort map, but we have not seen Havana, so at least on stream, I do not believe. So we'll get a new look here on the season for these two squadrons. Looks like for just getting some laps in finally here, with a bit of a delay on the people joining the lobby and whatever, but we are finally back. We are here. We are ready to go. As for the Puffles, it will be the standard composition void fiber on the DPS, but Ying will be over on towards his DPS here. So this is what we see when they go over on to say you know, that Circuit Royale style composition. Ying is a excellent Hanzo player we saw, especially in week 1, was a absolutely dominant force. But then also, I don't know if we've seen it since. So, look at the Hyraxes. It will be Willfish starting off over on this tank here. So this is this final week before the patch, where we are expecting to see maybe some adjustments to characters like that Zarya. So potentially Willfish's last ride here on this tank, but of course has that pocket Orisa, should they ever need to pull that one out. And we are finally going into the game here, so look at that Proud team on the left. Do you need anybody else, really? But Hyraxes will start off here on the attack side. Willfish on this tank. Would be surprised to not see like an Orisa here over, say, the Zarya. A little bit more difficult to work on this Havana with such long sight lines. Sonic Ronic will be matching over on towards this Ramatra to try to hold that corner a little bit and not allow Willfish to do as much on the tank roll. But Willfish will be playing the Zarya here, opting probably for that the bounce perk, the more knockback, to try to get into positions, especially on that second point. But that third point might be a bit difficult for that Zarya to finish off on the space. But look at this composition. We have got ourselves the OWCS composition. It appears that Sonic Ronic has found the money in the oil fields of the Great Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now we'll be looking at on this Ram Sim comp to deal with this Zarya. Willfish would play in that, but we'll see how much value they get on this pick. I want to make sure we got desktop audio going. Looks like we do. We are all good here. It's going for a spawn close hold here. The sim turrets are all around. Flambo Jambo out on towards this Pharah, trying to break over on towards the spawn hold with the sim, but right now Sonic is just sitting over on this point. Fortunately, Flambo does take him down, but found Void Fiber in the process. Still a good 1-point exchange here for the attackers, as a spawn advantage will come to fruition here very shortly, as we'll be coming back here momentarily. WK over on this Lucio gets this cart moving towards the direction they want to go. However, the corner has been claimed by Sonic Ronic and not giving it too much space here. Ying trying to give him the backup here with those sim turrets, but right now, nothing coming to this one. Flambo Jimbo also swapping over onto the Cassidy for the more consistent damage and potentially try to deal with Void Fiber a little bit more in the backline here. Void Fiber is on this off angle up on this top blue building. The TP is there for the bench should they need it, but they have the burrow to get away as Void Fiber gets away scot-free with the cookies out of the jar. A couple of bubbles have been extruded here from Willfish, but closer Graviton Surge already 10% and counting here on that. And Sonic Ronic has fallen in the meanwhile. Too much consistent pressure in the face of that Ramatra. And Did You See Me and Willfish continue to walk him on down as Hyraxes take this first fight, though prolonged, and basically get first point here for free. Void Fiber with the stagger there at the end. But look at the ultimate charge here. Willfish going to have that Graviton Surge online. They're going to have Corey's window as well as you see me overclock. Sandy will have the window to match, but looking at it, look at this little tech here from Willfish. Well, that didn't work out. That's embarrassing. Here comes out the Graviton Surge, locks down 3 members, and now Did You See Me pulls out that overclock as well to finish off the remaining members. Void Fiber comes over on towards the cart, but it's not nearly enough as the Hyraxes have the power of the Graviton Surge to negate that window from gaining any value and not allow Sonic Ronic to get that space.
Let's get on with it.
Did invest in this window here from Sandy as well. Corey able to hold on to that one. Ying will swap off of this Metric over onto the Hanzo. A little more spam pressure potentially looking for those random picks on that character. The sim not quite find the value they would have wanted over on the other side. Flambo Jambo is building up towards his high noon fairly effectively here, but Void Fiber will be the first ult on the field here potentially with that Tectonic Shock. But right now Corey with the window, it'll just melt down Sonic Rock, and now they can't block out their way past this one as Willfish melts them on down. And that will be the Hyraxes once again taking a very stellar fight here, walking them on forward. In terms of the ultimates here, we're going to have Flambo Jambo with that high noon. Void Fiber will match with the Tectonic Shock. Sonic might be able to build up that ultimate mid-fight here, but Willfish is in deep trouble here. Willfish gets caught out. Now Evertai feels nowhere to found Corey lamping the door, keeping the hinges safe from that one. But it's not going to be there for the engagement still. The cart's still moving forward here ever so slowly, ever so surely. Viper is in the back line, though, has found Did You See Me. These picks are coming in hot and heavy now. Void Fiber uncontested in the back line. Finds these kills, tries to get one more here over on towards the Lucio. WK 1 HP will get out with the ball from Willfish, though. And now Void Fiber gets caught out, doesn't have the dig in time. Potentially going a bit too deep there for that kill. And that could be proof devastating here, as the spawns are already back for the Hyraxes. Puffles forced retreat, trying to hold on to high ground as long as they can here. WK taking a decent amount of spam on the cross, just trying to live. And now Ying's in tough position here. Immertifield had to get forced out early, and now Ying's get caught out. Willfish just walks him on down. No DPS for the Puffles now, as the Hyraxes have the space. Boyfiber has returned to the fray. Willfish trying to build any charge here. 4 charge and counting. Look out, ladies and gentlemen. This man is cooking. But right now, walking forward, Sunrock does have the animation for the contestant over on towards the point. High noon from Flamojimbo does find Slice Break. Can't use the beat for the contest here. A great opening pick from Flamojimbo, the captain. Can keep that one back. Now the advantage is pushed here by WK, opting to use in that beat. Here comes Ice out from Sonic, but did you see me will match over on the overclock in their side. Just pelting down. Sonic cannot block 2 ways, and did you see me slides in and gets a second, make that a third, as Willfish will clear the final blow. But that'll be point B going the way of the Hyraxes, as once again, Puffles potentially going to give it too deep there to get those kills as Slice Break gets caught out, trying to make up for the lack of DPS. And now the grab almost online here once again for Willfish. Has it ready to be unleashed at any moment. Potentially looking there for a juicy group up, but will concede this space for now. Looking for a bit of a push up right now as Jing can just pelt down those logs down Main Street here. But Corey with an excellent placed window will not allow the Puffles to take this space as the cart continues to move forward here for the Hyraxes. Boyfiber trying to be a nuisance over towards the back. Put some pressure in on support line, but they are nice and healthy here. Sonic just trying to block as long as possible can, but now potentially looking at an early ground town surge once again as Ying falls. Did you see with an early pick once again? The grab comes in. It's 4 members. The beat's there. It's a fall up here for the Hyraxes. The bubbles are not enough to build the charge in time as Sonic has another form online. The beat does dissipate here as Sonic is 1 HP. Boyfiber has found a kill. Ying using the dragon here from spawn, trying to get anything done here. Boyfiber is on the top ropes, looking for a bit of an aggressor on the Corey and caught out with the slow from Sonic, however, still pushes cart as Willfish has a decent amount of charge, and they found Boyfiber in the back line. Willfish is 1 HP, the pusher from Sonic, but do they have the form to get out? They do, but Sandy has fallen. Willfish is 1 HP. They're going to take down the main target. Flamojimbo returns. The DPS duo for the Hyraxes, bringing it back. With a couple quick picks there, the spawns do favor the side of the Puffles, but right now, the numbers are not there for him. Boyfiber has to pick up for beer. Does have Titanic Shock here for the final contesting. But the walk into a beat from WK as well as another overclock from Didn't You See Me. See how side this. We'll use this one here. We do get a quick little bubble user from Willfish. Get some energy online. But still Corey's playing deep and far away from the venture, knowing that Boyfiber is looking for the hunt. A good little burn goes through here from Ying. But here comes an engagement out from Boyfiber. The disengage equally as fast. And now Didn't See Me is in the back line with an overclock here, looking for a target here. Ying dipping and dodging around this one. Sliceberg going for the kill, but only finding one out of that one. And now Didn't See Me's in a tough position here. Do they find the kill? They don't. Didn't See Me somehow survives this one. And now the cart's moving and Sonic is nowhere to be found. The cart is moving and Sonic has fallen to the focus shot of Flamojimbo. And now a minute 22 in the time bank. Here's Boyfiber just gets broken down on the top ropes as Ying just is there in time to see the cart go over the finish line. And that will be a very nice push there for the Hyraxes, able to get it with over a minute left in the time bank. Up to the Puffles to respond now. Take a quick peek at these little stats here. We're getting a quick call for a pause. Who picked this map? This was the Hyraxes pick. Hyraxes picked this map, then first ban went to the Puffles, and they banned Wu Yang. Didn't You See Me with a solid 24-1 on that Sojourn, putting down 9.5k damage. Looking at Boyfiber was 1 away from greatness on either side. Could have gone, the 6-7 or the 6-9 route, nice, but unfortunately had to go 6-8. Hate to see it. As for that, just no deaths really there for the Hyraxes, except for a few fights here and there. And then it comes back to the overextension on point B, especially by the DPS there. If Boyfiber gets caught out, then they find Ying on off angle. It's just very, very tough to make that work. Once this pitch comes through, and you look at the 18 assists there from Corey on the Baptiste, of course, 7k damage and 3.5k on that, or 7k healing and 3.5k damage. All right, WK is back. Guys, can we talk about how WK has 0 elims and 1/2 Overwatch? Guys, what's the problem with this? My other support has 0 healing. Thoughts? There. All right, you've looked at the stats long enough, so now we can just look at the pause screen. Very cool. Don't you like it? All right, there we go. We have WK coming to us live from a 1987 Macintosh computer from the moon base. Now, what do the Puffles have in store for the attack? Because we saw they were able to shut down Void and the Venture fairly effectively, and now they're going Winston. Interessant, as the Germans would say. Ying on the Genji, they're going just like a full dive composition here, potentially just trying to get onto Did You See Me a little better on that Sojourn, or maybe even Corey on the Baptiste, but I think that the dive will be a bit difficult here on Havana, but I've been proven wrong before. Why is Havana on your screen? Because the Hyraxes chose Havana, and Willfish put in the chat that Havana was a top 5 map in the game. See if we can't find this discussion here. Yeah, Havana top 5 map in the game, not reflect combo, hashtag fact. Durgaton top 1 map in the game, fact. Leech on Bar 5 map in the game, fact. So this guy plays sniper characters, if you didn't believe it. Very aggressive push here from Void Fiber. Trying to force him away, but the chase is on. WK has moved up to face in that little blue room. Did eventually get pushed out. Will push in a tough position here, trying to hold the spawn room. Gets bowled on up by the healing, but will it be able to survive? Ying on the engagement here. But Did You See Me is in a shooting range right now, and has found Void Fiber on the other side. 1 HP slice bread, a timely bubble from Sonic Ronic will keep Lucio standing. But now this charred monkey fur on the other side, the diamond's gonna land and force the tank to retreat as Wolfer continues to hold the spawn. Void Fiber goes in once again for another engagement. The follow-up here from Sonic Ronic. I mean, Sonic is trying to bubble out Willfish best he possibly can, but Willfish has the bubbles and has resources. Not that time. Will get taken down. His spawn room hold has finally been broken here. Ying is going to be lucky to get out their life here. Timely sues from Sandy keeps them standing. And now the kills are all here. Corey will get a bit staggered out there, claiming the Mega Pack. Prolonging their own death. Immortalifield also invested! Oh, Void Fiber's at top position. The Void Fiber 1 HP can't get in the bubble. This will protect us. But Void Fiber doesn't believe in bubbles. A soap denier as expected of a Venture player. But Sandy does have the Casino Rush here for the opening engagement. Which is close to another Ground Town Surge. Sonic can't hold the space. He can pelt it on down. Now it's a 5-on-4. Casino Rush is invested here early. Ying has to get back to team. Whipfish is 1 HP. Field comes out just in time to keep the Zarya standing. But Void Fiber does remain. Bubble is just outside the grab. And here comes WK with the follow-up. As a good grab just outside Sonic Ron's bubble there. We'll get the Hyraxes the win, and Sandy get a bit of a stagger. WK with 4 final blows of that fight. Showing a bit of the supportal combat there. But I actually got all 5. Pentakill from Flamojambo in the chat, of course, letting us all know. Willfish on the 31-3 streak. Did you see me, cooling down? Not absolutely God mode this half. Sandy is 1 HP, by the way. Anybody gonna help my Willfish? Nope. Nobody's coming by Willfish, but Didn't You See Me is way behind enemy lines right now. Forced to dive away. The Primal Rage comes out. Sonic Ronic is pissed off. Does not want to deal with Ash anymore. Sonic Ronic, the Goosh Way. Oh no! We'll get that eventually. Here comes in for another one, and oh! Thank you, Goosh Way. Thank you, Goosh Way. Anybody push the cart? Any cart pushers? Any cart pushers? There we go. Whipfish is very low here. Void Fiber on the engagement here. Void Fiber again. Look, a Void Fiber! Just cutting through him like butter right there at the end. Good take home that. Now, in terms of the ultimates, you're going to have your Dragon Blade as well as your beat to match. WK will have the beat here. Early beat is thrown out here by WK, trying to keep Willfish alive, but potentially the re-engage here from Ying with this blade was available. Slice bread down! Can't use that ult. Ying trying to get healed on up here. WK's not in position, they'll get caught out, but Vipers are already fallen. Your Field is invested, but it looks like the Hyraxes have got this fight in the bag. as Puffles will retreat for now back towards their spawn. They cannot take any more staggers here. Slicebread cannot get caught out. Looks like they will survive. Flamojambo ahead with the High Noon to negate the presence of that Genji Blade potentially. Another Casino Rush from Ying or from Sandy also built up here. Early engaged as it becomes to beat Blade for Ying. High Noon comes out here from Flamojambo. Is anybody there to flop on this kill? Oh, okay! Doesn't he just hits the quick little shot there? Sonic around 1 HP and somehow survives through that one. Woodfish does have Groudtown Surge. Do they invest here? Corey is still alive with the window. Interesting. Top 5 window just dropped. Okay, did you see me got caught up through the window, I guess. It works if you peek into it. Can search from Sandy on the high ground here, but Whalefish is in their face, Meltamon down. Sonicronic is 1 HP, the bubble is there. Ying and DCM are going to exchange. Blackfire is deep behind enemy lines, looking for any kills right now. There is no Irritai Field online for them. Tectonic Shock 10% away. Very deep position here, but the dive on the back line is good. They found Corey, but they've lost Voidfire. Sonic is continuing to go deep here, get taken in. Flamojambo, the stalwart on the Cassidy, will not allow the dive to be successful. And that will just do it for that fight right there. Groudtown Search for Whalefish once again online. WKDC probably mid-fight ultimates, but Void Fiber and Sunronic with the primal Tectonic Shock combination will have to be just what the doctor ordered here to find success. Flamojambo takes a decent amount of chunk damage from Sandy from way downtown. Deep engage here in the backline for Sonicronic. Whalefish completely isolated, but now they're all stuck in a small room. The beat does get off though from WK, and now the Goucheway is back. See if they can land any shots here. Irritai Field comes off for Corey. Corey 1 HP, but gets caught in midair, and now did you see me stuck in a bubble? Great little boop there from WK, but not enough to keep the Ash standing. Flamojambo does have the High Noon should they need it here, but the cart is not moving as Whalefish continues to hold. Groudtown Surge was enough to get those kills that they needed. Whalefish is inside your bubble, Sonicronic. Please leave. Looks like they will get that, but TP to Suzu was forced here before the fight really broke out, so they gotta wait and concede for this one. Voidfire 1 HP. Hack cannot get out as Whalefish finds the kill. Flamojambo with this High Noon up on the top ropes looking for that bubble to break, and there it is! Takes down Sonicronic. And that'll just probably be this map here. 6-7 seconds in the time bank. Slicebread going for the touch. We'll get it here with 1 second remaining, but now 50 HP has to survive. Only ult online is the Blade here from Ying, but they've lost both their supports. Looking for a Blade here from Ying. We'll find one. Looking for a second here. Flamojambo way behind enemy lines here. Flashbang goes right back to both DPS have fallen. It is a winnable fight here off the back of Ying. But Corey is there to keep the team nice and healthy. Corey's 1 HP, but can't get away. It's just Whalefish on the cart, but Sonic has no HP and no supports to back him up. Looks like they will get us back, and if Whalefish cannot get out, that might just be. How did they do that? A huge clutch from Ying with the Blade. Brings it back here for the Puffles. They might try to contest with 3. Did you see me off angle? Void Fiber! Void Fiber down! WK is 1 HP on the cart. The Z9, they do not. Yep, and long enough here. Irritai Field invests over on towards the cart here. WK taking a decent amount of damage here, but Casino Rush on the point. They've lost Slicebread in the meanwhile. WK staying alive. Another bubble from Whalefish. Ying trying to do anything here on the trace of the recall comes out. Sandy's Casino Rush is so limited here over on the side of the cart. Flamojambo and Corey on this off angle. Flamojambo finds the kill. Did you see me? Lets the kill feed up. And now a celebratory beat from WK's Void Fiber. Has a Tectonic Shock on the point, but there's nothing for them to use it on, as it will just be the end here. Despite their best efforts, the Hyraxes come back with a big clutch. And they're going to take map 1. Why did Winston lose? I wonder why. I wonder why Winston lost.
That's 1. Double. Cleaning house.
That being said, we'll go to a quick little map break here. We'll see you guys on the other side when our Overwatch Clash continues after this one. Don't go anywhere. Map 2 after this.
are the purest. Prove it.
And welcome back, everybody, to Overwatch Clash Season 9, Week 6 matchup here between the Phyrexian Hyraxes and the Pittsburgh Puffles. I'm joined by Nave now to join me on the cast. So, Nave, we're going into King's Row now. I know you watched a bit of Havana, so I guess your initial thoughts in this game now. You know, Hyraxes is still the only undefeated team left we have here. Puffles at 4-1, two strong contenders, but Havana looking like a no contest.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be a little bit closer, but Hyraxes looked really strong on that map. Obviously, their map pick, Whalefish, loving Havana. I can't believe that. I think that's just an incredibly incorrect take that Havana is a good map. That map is terrible. Now we're actually playing a good map, King's Row. But it's the Venture ban, and this is something that the Puffles have struggled with the whole season. I think it's been banned in every single series, and I think they've only won one time, like one singular map Venture ban.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's very tough. But they've been working on the Reaper comps. We've seen Void Fiber on, and I think it's just gonna have to be what they go with again. And maybe something different is what they need, right? Map 1 wasn't very close, so change it up.
With that being said, we'll join the Phoenix Hyraxes for a bit of comms check here in their first attack round.
Dang!
Dang! It is time.
We're being quiet for the comms check stream, by the way. We're not saying this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we're just naturally this coordinated, like.
Yeah.
Comms.
We actually communicate telepathically via
Yep.
brain chip. Neuralink, that's what it's called. I low-key forgot what it was called for a second.
Low
count
key,
her
I
on
nearly
early.
forgot what it was called.
That's how you know I'm LARPing, because Elon Musk would never let me forget that shit if I had one in place.
They're on Ram. They're on Ram.
Okay, I'm in for
Ram May, Ash.
May gaming. May Ming, if you will.
Cross two spaces together. I don't think we want top. We can try to. We might need to go top.
What if we go hotel? Thoughts on this?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
We can crash. I can.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Juno walled.
Juno one dead. Nice.
I'm on May.
Dave's wall as well.
Ram-
May one.
Ram-
Nice.
Ram
dead.
cow.
I'm on
Pick
Ram.
up. Just
Ram
your
one.
Ram.
Nice, nice, nice.
Break. Ash.
Sure, Ash out, yeah.
I'm
Wait, we can
shooting
catch
mortars
her.
at her. Oh wait, she went up. She's not up there.
That's the wrong way.
I'm trolling.
One.
True.
I got her. They didn't swap anything. They're not close to anything.
Oh, I missed.
Okay, we can leave our brick point, I think.
Yeah, I'll go point.
Everyone else can shoot up, but just clear the wall.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
W pick. I'm shooting Ram now.
Yeah, I'm on
Kill
Ram.
this guy with hammers.
Yeah, they're actual
Okay,
shooting.
I'm gonna chill. Loki gonna chill a bit. Chill on me.
We have ult advantage here.
Wood fiber on the Ash character.
Just keep farming our ults.
Ram low. Ram can
I'm
die.
here.
Force
Ash one.
All right, and we are back. We got a bit of an insight into the comms check of the Phoenix Hyraxes. Of course, they everything just comes down to Wellfish staying low key and thoughts on this, and then just killing everything in the fight. So we'll see. Early Blizzard comes out on Silent Round and shuts down the Ram. Really, no answers right now for this comment. Did you see me continue to let the kill feed on this Freya, finding the kills, and that will just be another fight here for the Hyraxes to continue the speed run through King's Row.
I feel like there hasn't been like a proper team fight every single time somebody on the Puffles is getting picked, right? First fight, Sliced Bread gets caught by the wall. Then it was, I think, Tanic B just got caught away. And once again, like, it just picks every single time. Either it's Corey or Didn't You See Me or, you know, whatever. But they're making it work, and they have such a ult bank here for third point.
Yeah, that's going to be a point B capture here already. And now at 5.5 minutes, this is where time banks go to die, though. We are at King's Row point C. So see how this works out here. Tampy throws down that Blizzard, blocks down Corey. Can't have the block off in time. Both DPS taken down. They can just try to get a reset here on Whalefish's energy, but Whalefish's running away as fast as they possibly can. 1 HP, but Tanic B finds the headshot. And now a bit of a stagger here on the Lobster as well in the Brigitte. Can't quite get around the edge, and that's going to be a fight victory there. And a fairly cheap one at that for just the Blizzard.
Yeah, it's the best thing you could ask for if you're the Puffles here. One fight to stop the momentum and set up here on third point. Void Fiber is kind of sneaky on the side ground with the Bob. Just looking to throw it.
Looking for, here comes the Bob in the back line, looking for a bit of presence. Whalefish's in a tough position right now, has to run away at the bubble. A nice defensive wall from Corey, but cannot save Whalfish in time. And that's going to be a Staggers coming through just a little bit here. DCB trying to run away as fast as they can. They will get out with their life, but that's going to be a fight victory here once again for just one ultimate here, Nave. They're doing a really good job of balancing these ultimates out.
Yeah, if they can keep winning each fight for one ult here, keep the cycle going. We've already seen a minute burned off the clock. The payload hasn't moved at all. And the ult bank is still pretty good. Tanic B is almost up to Blizzard already, so the ult bank's not even like that much of an advantage. Sonic Rock's getting walled though.
Yeah, great wall on a Silent Rock. The Ray's not going to be there in time. It's going to be matched with WK as well. Void Fiber thinking they had the Venture Burrow there, and the Ash is way behind enemy lines. And it's going to be a Ray for a Blizzard and a Ray on the other side. But Grab Bola is now officially online, rally to match. But like you said, Tanic B with yet another Blizzard here ready to go.
Yeah, Whalefish wants to push up, try to get an early grab here, but I think he's just backing up, giving the Puffles a little bit more space to work with, and honestly the Puffles can play slow, like they're fine with taking this poke battle a little bit, making sure they don't get caught up by the grab.
Looking for this one here, rally from Ying as well to match. Will get dropped down first here. The bowler shot in the back line does find the grab. Rally invests here from Ying, trying to keep the team alive in the presence of this one. Silent Rock does have Annihilation online though. So if you can just survive this one, they've lost Lobster on the other side. Silent Rock's 1 HP, but can't use the block in time. And now Tanic B just trying to go for a bit of contest on the side. But looking to and that's the ult they have, Nave.
Yeah, and it's so hard for them to get touch here. It has to be Void Fiber on the Reaper. Sonic Rock gonna swap over to the Mauga, but he's getting walled on the side here.
Gets walled off here. Do they have another contest? They do just at the last moment, but they've lost the numbers.
It's too late.
Blizzard is running in. Blizzard gets chucked in from way downtown, looking like Steph Curry. Sonic just trying to run around as fast as they possibly can, but another bullet from Didn't You See Me lands on a Tanic B, and the Blizzard found no freeze on their side. And that will just be it. As a Hyraxes is finished with 2 minutes and 45 seconds of time bank, which for King's Row is a staggering amount.
It's so hard for Tanic to be there. You want to save the Blizzard for the recontest, but unfortunately you just don't have the time or the respawns. Like the timing on it was a little bit unlucky. I think also because you have the healing perk on the Blizzard, you could have thrown it there on your tank, maybe potentially keep Sonic Ronic alive through that annihilation and maybe swing the fight, but it's so like a woulda, shoulda, coulda sort of ult there. Because you don't want to waste it in a lost fight.
Yeah, very unfortunate use of the ult there, and we're seeing that the Hyraxes still, or the Puffles still just don't have the answer with no Venture in the lineup because the fight over Ash, it didn't seem to be it.
The Bob was cool.
The Bob was cool. That was the fight that they won, but at the same time, I mean the Reaper just put more pressure on the Whalefish or something because look at Whalefish just walking it down and had no pressure at all to walk him in. I mean. Even the Cassie is just something to mark. Did you see me a little better in the Sky, more consistent in the Ash? I'm not sure what you do against that comp where Whalefish walks you down, but we'll see if they have answers with this comms check on the other side of their attack round. Puffles looking to bounce back.
Whatever gets bubble, he takes his space, and then afterwards I can wall, and then whoever we walled off, if then this split, our Reaper could just turn and shoot them. And instead of having to commit fade to disengage, he can save the fade for later.
Yeah.
Like something like that, no?
I'm gonna say R. Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
Yeah,
works. All right, Lucio or Kiri? Which one are you more comfortable on?
Me?
Lucio's banned.
Yeah. Oh shit. Right. Okay,
yeah,
that's fine. All right, Wu or Kiri? Which one would you like?
Probably Wu, but I'm fine with either.
Right. Go your Wu. You are going to
So-
only wave for Sonic.
Where are we walking this first fight? Or
Main.
I'm
We're
going
going
statue.
to-
We're watching.
Wanna go?
Take statues. So how this comp works is
take
we
our
find somebody. We find somebody. Probably if they're depending on their backline, it's gonna be either a backliner or we just TP to make space. And you bubble Void,
Yeah.
and then we walk when he gets bubbled.
Okay.
Makes sense. Like, I feel like the entirety of first and second was down to us just literally doing nothing, just sitting there and taking poke, and then them just walking at us, instead of
Yeah.
us just doing the opposite and just walking at them.
Yeah.
I mean, we just got caught out on first, like.
On first, yeah, but second, there was no excuses. We just fucking stood still.
Yeah.
Oh, good though.
Alright, fighting.
You know what to do now. Let's go.
But,
They're the fair, so.
All right, so there's Zora.
Closer, I'm gonna swing on her and then follow bubble.
That's still Zara.
Uh,
That's one bub.
TP on Ash. TP on Ash.
okay, can you
Yeah,
pop me a bubble?
Yeah. Oh,
One with the Ash sightlines is fine. Zara's walled, by the way. No bubble, dead, no bubble.
Stable, we slow walk. Void
yeah.
dead,
I'm playing.
Void
I'm holding this corner.
Finally.
I'm gonna try to
Hey, break drop.
Break. Yeah.
Wall there.
Yeah, she's out.
You want
Stable. We're
No
winning.
bubble.
Do you have an extra?
We can fight.
No. I bubble in 5.
That's block.
Okay. I'm gonna
Nope,
go
not right.
3, 2, 1.
Stable.
Okay,
I got point.
Is that those?
I got
Wait, we can
walled.
go. No.
Walk right,
Wall? I don't know, bub. Oh.
Oh my bad. I trade.
That's not recap.
They're gonna-
I have Blizzard here.
Yep.
I'm ahead
I
on
should've
Blizzard, I think. Actually, no, we're about even. Fuck you.
We have the CP on Ash every time, and then if you even think your bubble is going to break, just spray.
Yeah.
Got it.
By the way, I have Blizzard.
Can you pop a
If
bubble
you keep
on me?
Ash and
Fair?
force a bubble, I'm
Yeah.
2, 1.
Careful,
where?
bubble.
Hey, one.
Sorry.
Right person.
You're fine. Just live. Stable.
Juno.
Then I'm
Alright, you
doing-
guys walk. Rest of you walk.
Hold on, I can maybe get a kill.
You have to stay cards.
I got point.
All right, and we are back off the comms check. It looks like the Pittsburgh Puffles have found a bit of an answer here at the beginning of their attack on matching the Zara Reaper and just using the ults better there at the choke.
Yeah, I think the Reaper is doing a lot here for the Puffles. One of the problems they had on the first round is that Didn't You See Me was able to take these off angles, and there was no flank or anything to contest them, but now the Bubble Reaper able to put a little bit more pressure on the Ashe. Corey swapping over to the Pharah though, kind of exploiting the fact that there's no hit scan.
Grabbing the other side here as well, trying to negate them with the Wu ult, and now Casino comes in for the re-engage. Graviton Surge fighting, no kills here, Whiffish lost her life, Sunrock now with the charge. Able to walk on in, walk forward here, Corey taken down. And the Puffles are making it work here on point B with a very similar now time bank going into CF 5 minutes 30 seconds. This is where time banks go to die, but at the same time, both these teams have been speedrunning this map.
Yeah, we see the Buffles get amazing value from their ults. Tanic-V's first Blizzard to get through that choke, froze 3 people, and now here the counter both support ults were perfectly timed there. Going into third with this massive time bank, and Void Viper's already in on Corey with the TPs.
Wins pressure over on towards that character, taking down the Bob from DCB though, will create some space for Whiffish to walk on forward, but a good kite comes through from the Pittsburgh Puffles. They just play out of the Bob's sightline and wait, and they fit an opening pick here over on towards Corey. The Bob is just about to go away. Now it's a 4-on-5 on the court, and another huge wall for Tanic-V. Isolates Whalefish. They're gonna get both support elements in here. Graviton Surge on the other side, but here comes the Death Blossom from Void Fiber for the follow-up. They don't get to kill the Whiffers in just that time, but they do at the end of the day. And now they have Blizzard for last fight here, and no ult in their side to match. This looks like a better time maker, actually, Nave.
Tanic-V with the crazy clutch play there on the Mei used the ice block to stop the Bob in a bad spot, so got no value from that ultimate. They go in, grab from Sonic was huge as well. Now Blizzard on point. Whalefish is dead.
Didn't see me sliding on in, but getting cut here. Sunrock has some charge to work with finally. And now here comes the kills. And it's going to be a better time bank. Over a minute 22 more for him. And the Zara Reaper is putting in the work for the Puffles.
Maybe Void Fiber should stop playing Venture, because this Zara Reaper stuff it's working.
It's working extremely well. And the fact that now you look at the KD, Sunrock has now matched Whalefish on the Zarya, a little less damage, but we see that, Sonic is more willing to give his bubbles to the team to keep them alive, and Whalefish, potentially a little more selfish, DPS kind of player. I want my bubbles, and I want them now. But the adaptation now has to come from the Hyraxes. They now have a worse time bank to work with. So, thoughts on how they should do that?
I mean, it's tough here for the Hyraxes. We saw, Corey, they swapped to the Pharah. Didn't really work. A third point, it's tough there. It's so easy for the Reaper to just TP. So there's not really the height you can play around here. They might match the Reaper, which I think is a decent option. Put some pressure on the back line. It felt like Ying and Sliced Bread could do whatever they wanted because there was nobody looking at them. And a greedy backline that, like the double flex backlines, the problem with them is it's very hard to peel. But if they're not getting pressured by a flanker, then they will run the lobby.
Now, the difference here between comps now is we're seeing a Juno versus a Kiriko, and you gotta think, is the speed ring worth not having the Suzu for your Zari to stay up in the front line? If they get a decent amount of charge, we'll see which one comes out on top here. Cord will swap over on the far right here for point A. A little better sight lines here, a bit more thing to work with. Here's Void Fiber is trying to get out here. Did you see me over on the Cassie for that flashbang to look down on this Reaper when they look for the engagement here? Did you see me has the angle though now? Taking some pot shots on him, but Sonic has a decent amount of energy compared to their ultimate number. Just gets out there with that little ray form beam Void Fiber, but still no ticks garnered just yet. But a lot of low at people here, a lot of critical sides for the Puffles. Have to stable a bit, have to reset, and Corey now has full control of the points.
Yeah, Corey on this Pharah, able to play a little bit slow on the attacking side. It's so hard for the Puffles to get out of this corner, but Sonic does get the pick on the Pharah, which is a good trade for them. Void Fiber being down, though, means it's going to be hard to put any pressure on WK and Lobster, though.
Be very difficult here as a couple of decent headshots there from Tanic-V. We're forcing them away. Sonic is 1 HP, and we'll go down Lobster with the spam. Right down that choke, takes down the Mei, and that will just be point A going their way. And the Pharah looking a lot better here on the open sidelines of A.
Yeah, you would like the Puffles to have some sort of speed to get Tanic-V's walls to have any value, but with no Lucio available and no one wanting to swap the Juno, I think it's just a little bit hard for the Mei there. I do like the Echo swap, though, being able to contest this far on the high ground.
That... I mean, that felt
It's a
personal.
huge pick. It's a great pick. Like, objectively, I think it's an amazing ultimate there from Corey. Just stagger out the spawns, the Puffles, they can't take the fight, and it's just free cart push.
And yeah, they gave High Noon here as well for Need to See Me, so again, they can pop that ultimate and just force more space for their side, especially with that Sonarod taking a decent amount of damage here. And Tanby caught on the side, taking down the High Noon.
They still have double support ult, so I think the Puffles are going to try to fight this. They may rush down main.
The card is still really nowhere to be found. It's just finally getting past Bookstore. They've lost Corey. Korean contest with their ultimates here. Lobster has it. Did you see me 1 HP in Lobster? Threw the ult on the Cassidy. And now they're not going to have it. A lot of ult. Oh my Jesus, Lord Christ. Look at the particles on my screen. But WK keeping Wilfish alive through all this right now. Lobster 1 HP. Trying to get away. Trying to run away. But they don't touch the cards. No, they don't touch the cards. Oh my. They were down in numbers.
Can't even make an excuse that there was a Pharah boop because the Pharah was on the Hyraxes. They just didn't touch. Oh no. That was such a promising push there for the Hyraxes.
Always gotta put that when I see a C9, but still a very good push though for 2 minutes in the bank there on King's Row, making the far work on A, but we saw how good the Puffles were on the attack side with this composition. Corey will start the Mei here once again, so it's that same look we saw in the defense the first time. Didn't you see me on the Cassie instead of the Ashe? Okay, now here comes the Pharah. But I don't know, once Tanby went over on to the Echo, the Pharah was almost a non-factor. And with 3.5 minutes in the time bank, you have so much time to adapt your composition and just win like 2 fights on B to take this map home. And that's the Venture Ban gone too.
Yeah, it would be crucial here for the Puffles to win the Venture Ban map.
Please, I don't want my team to be the one team they won. Please, I'm the one. I don't want to be the one anymore that lost.
That series was also a 3-0, right?
No, that was a 5-map series.
Oh, that was a 5-map series. Oh, okay.
I don't want to be the one anymore, please. Anyway, they just see me on the Cassie here, trying to put some more pressure on Orange's Voidfire, but a quick TP on in, a lot of early damage. The wall has been used already by Corey though, and they didn't catch anybody, so now that's almost a free go to point button here. Force side post, but so Voidfire gets caught out, and Didn't You See Me lands that shot. They've lost Lobster though, so a much better pick here now for the Puffles to make this work on A, and the spawns in their favor.
Yeah, they're probably just gonna wait up for Void Fiber, trying to get the TP in. Wall again here, but Sonic Chronic I think he's gonna be fine. Suzu to save him. Huge pick on a slice bread though.
Once again, they're getting 1-for-1 exchanges. Void Fiber can just walk through Hotel. Sonic trying to break on through her bubble from Willfish has been, but the Maze are just missing their icicles on everybody right now. They're going band for band. Oh, but WK with the torpedoes with the assist says, "I got you, fam. Just stand right there, but please get my back next." And it didn't work out. Another Puffles look to be taking point A as Corey just trying to run away heroically with his life and set up for the choke here. But you're going to be down your Zarya. These overtime spawns are brutal.
Corey had no interest in saving WK's life. He immediately went and ran towards the Mega. Did not care one bit about his Juno. Honestly, kind of based.
He is a support player, but he brings that DPS mentality. You gotta love the flexibility there.
Every man for himself. That's how it goes. But so many ults here. Really for both teams. Kitsune Rush early out here from Ying. Corey's gonna have to be careful with no block.
The Training Force is out here. Comes a High Noon as well to negate the Blizzard. A lot of ults being dumped in here, but no picks coming through from either side. Just saying Corey first to fall. How did they survive that? Another grab from Willfish finds nothing as well. How does the ults find nothing? The Puffles sustain through all the Qs, and that might be the map right there, Nave.
Yeah, there was a freeze there, but there was no follow-up, and Tanic be a crucial wall to block off the High Noon from Didn't You See Me? And then their own Blizzard to follow up afterwards. WK is getting staggered here. That's no speed here. Didn't You See Me might be able to touch on Tracer, but it's going to be really hard. I don't think he can.
Yes! I'm not the one anymore! Okay, back to non-bias casting. That was a really good job by the Puffles there for the adaptation there. We saw how rough their defense side was. Void Fiber, you play Venture. Please shut up, for the love of God. Oh, guys, isn't Zarya Reaper so dishonest? By the way, I'm gonna go Burrow. Bye-bye. Come on, Twin.
I mean, to be fair, I think he's right. I think Zar Reaper is the most boring comp in all Overwatch. I think it's just... I hate playing it whenever I have to, and I try not to. I think if you pick the most boring characters to play, I think Zar Reaper has to be up there.
Speaking of boring, we're going to go a break where there's nothing for you guys to look at, nothing to stem on, but we are back with a tied series now, 1-1, and Venture Band no longer on the table. We got ourselves a banger here. Don't go anywhere. Aurora Overwatch Clash continues after this.
These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it.
And welcome everybody back to Overwatch Clash, Season 9, Week 6 matchup here between the Phyrexian Hyraxes and the Pittsburgh Puffles. We got ourselves a tied series now at 1 map apiece. We're going to Lijiang Tower, and the band's coming through here. We're talking in the break. There's a lot of good options for the Puffles, and they decided to go with the Pharah one. We thought this is pretty good because now going forward on to say like a push or a flashpoint, not going to be nearly as effective, so get rid of this here on Lijiang Tower. And now the Hyraxes over there for their first ban take out Kiriko. We saw them sort of adverse to playing that character on King's Row, so we like the bans for both teams here.
Yeah, I think that definitely makes sense. The question is, what are the Puffles going to run as a comp? Obviously, Void5 is going to play the Venture, but do we see Tanakby play Mei? Do we see him stay on the Reaper potentially? And both of those options obviously quite bad into the Pharah, so I think this Pharah ban makes a lot of sense for them. But the bigger question is, what do they play in support? Is it just going to be the Juno Lucio? Or sorry, the Wu Yang Lucio for Ying? If that is the case, Sonic Ronic is going to have to be careful. Not as much healing for him.
I know that last time I watched the Puffles play this map, they played a Mauga comp, so maybe something similar here. But again, we just saw how well your Zarya comp looked on King's Row. You know, with Ying and Tanakby. I mean, if anybody knows how to play a Zarya comp, it's Ying. They've been in the mines with Wind for like 3 months now, just straight playing Zarya Reaper only. So if there's one person on this planet who knows how to play that composition as a support, it's going to be Ying. And they're going to stick with the Zarya here. They're going to match. And if you're going to have Void5 play the Venture very similar to a Reaper, okay, never mind. I've been trolled in Spawn. I will never speak again. I'm guessing Flambeau probably goes Cass, but
maybe Topaz is in that conversation as well. But the D.Va here is really interesting. Obviously, Sonic known for playing this D.Va, one of his favorite picks. But into the Zarya, you know Whalefish wants to play. It's a bit questionable.
And the Ana here as well from Ying. We don't see a lot of Ana anymore. But the Mei D.Va here just trying to make big Anthony in the backline will land and force a retreat. Force a space to be given here.
This is why you play the Ana for Ying here. Get those big anti-nades on the bridge, force the entire team back with just that one ability, and they're going to get first cap here.
I mean, you do have Corey sort of on like his legendary pick of the Ana. This would be like OG Corey believers. A huge anti-nade is going to land again, though, as WK has fallen. They've lost the mech on the other side, and their tank is now being taken care of. But so many low health targets on their side. Whalefish just 1 HP, and Tanakby not going to miss twice. With that shot, was going to land over on that one. Didn't see me taking a decent amount of damage here as well. Flambeau Jimbo just pelting onto point. No fear whatsoever of the Ana. Still, point is being contested for now. Another big anti-nade here from Ying. Ying is getting the value on these picks here, on this nades. Flambeau Jimbo caught out as well as Falcon returns the fray. Tampy 1 HP, but has the health and has the sustain. But balls from Whiplash are now gone as Void5 continues to go deep in the backline. And these picks are here, and the Puffles maintain control.
I think a slight mistake there from the Hyraxes. You know, they killed Void5, they killed Sonic Ronic, and they had their Lucio come back from the spawn, but they didn't play aggressive enough. They wanted to get the cap instead of chasing the kill on Ying, and it allowed Void5 and Sonic to get back,
the map!
the point, and Void5 just drilled Whalefish off the map.
I mean, that's going to be a fight victory right there already, and Flambeau Jambo's going to match the Venture against Void5. I mean, Flambeau, we know you're a GOAT, but you're going to match the Venture against Void5. All respect.
He might not be taking the duels.
That's why. That's probably why. So again, they're wasting so much time here, and now Tectonic Shock comes on through, just trying to survive this out. They've lost on Rock's mech. They get the picks here, so it's looking good here. A big Graviton Surge shuts that down. Nano overclock Graviton Surge in exchange for a Tectonic Shock. Equal and opposite reactions, I guess, here from the Hyraxes. Anthony in the backline. Ying! And now Tampy goes in with a Nano. Beats his force on WK, but they still haven't flipped the point. Tiger Rush comes in as well. How are they winning this fight? How did this happen? A huge play from Ying with the anti-nade and the Nano on a Tanakby, and that's going to be a point here. How?
Once again, I think the Hyraxes, they're just a little bit scared of committing. We saw it again, man advantage, no tank, and WK doesn't invest the beat. They wait a little bit too long until the picks that came even, and then you beat. It's just too slow.
I mean, yeah, Voidfire is saying it best right there. He gets through, dare I say, on a gap on that one right there. Like,
I mean, yes, I think is a definite Ana gap. Maybe Corey, you know, historically has got that Ana, but today Ying is actually Ying is the new generation, you know.
Yeah, this is like watching Ryu Jae Hong going against Fielder. It's tough. There's just nothing there anymore. Unk might no longer have the Ana in him. He's been playing too much Baptiste in the mines right now.
Put the Life Weaver in the bag or something. That's what Jae Hong would do.
Yeah. Old Ocean. I mean, if there's anybody who belongs in Old Ocean, it's gonna be Corey. He's younger than me, but we don't have to talk about that. Anyway, coming back here. Didn't you see me on the Cassie now? No longer opting for that Sojourn play. Flambo will match the Mei. An early wall comes on through. Will isolate a little bit, but it doesn't catch anybody out too aggressively there. And now, but they've lost Sonic's mech. A good start here for the Hyraxes. As that wall was just enough of Voidfire's gotten in the back line. And now has found his sights over on towards Corey. They've lost some numbers here. Hyraxes have not quite claimed the point. Yeah, another big anti over onto Lucy here. WK has to retreat for now. WK's in tough position here. Voidfire trying to get away over towards this Mega Pack and will do so. However, they are in no man's land with no cooldowns. Point here for the Hyraxes, but Flambo Jambo falling very low on that point. A lot of no cooldowns here for the Zarya here as WK trying to get away with her. Like they will do so, but Flambo Jambo is in no man's land and gets taken down. Despite the early cap, the Hyraxes are forced to retreat and the Puffles will maintain control here.
I almost started to think that Sonic Ronic is the bait, right? We've seen this like 4 fights in a row where he just goes in, ints his brain out, loses his mech, and then their team gets a pick somehow. It's either Void Fiber or Ying. You know, I think the Hyraxes, they get a little too, you know, they walk a little too far in the open trying to get the kill on a Sonic Ronic, and they get exposed.
Big H&A comes in with Void first to fall. So a good start here for the Hyrax. Nano boost over onto a Sonic Ronic, but there's so many beams in the way of the Diva. Just trying to survive, so they will keep the mech online and get the healing back over on towards the Diva to keep on in the mech. Grav is almost online here. Another Anthony, but the window is there for the sustain. Blizzard gets chucked on in here, but they've lost Sonic. Blizzard is going to get mashed by Flambo Jumbo on the other side. Hyraxes will get the flip here. It was costly, but they do get it at the end.
Yeah, maybe you want the Blizzard back from Flambo. I thought the fight was already over at that point, but Blizzard for Blizzard, you can't hate it too much. And you see the one fight where they ignore Sonic Ronic, let him do his thing, and focus down Void Fiber to get the first pick, ends up being much more impactful, leading to them actually winning the fight. And they have some ults here to bank with, potentially looking for a grab and choke.
Oh, that's a huge attack shot. They get out in time, though. They've lost Whalefish. High noon from Danger See Me is here. Still holding, still holding, still holding. Hold, chat. He's finally shot when the defense matrix was there. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. Whalefish for sliced bread. Walking back towards the point here is Tempest. Sonic Rock is so low on the mech here. Has the bomb. Bomb comes out. They can't get the touch. And it flips. But they've lost sliced bread again on the spawn hold. This fight's still going on here, but the numbers heavily in favoring Corey. 1 HP. The Mazer on point. Bice one out. It's a 4-man beat for WK. Ying close to another nano boost, but they've lost the numbers as the DPS are gone. Tempe trying to do anything here against Flambo Jambo, but the 8-8 from Ying comes out, and the nano as well. They want this one. They're still fighting this one out. WK 1 HP. 10 HP making it work. However, they go for another last-second contest here, and they've lost the point. And now a very back-and-forth affair. I don't know about that nano boost. It got you like 10% more, but you wouldn't want that one back potentially here.
Yeah, I respect the effort, but maybe 2v5 is not the time to throw in the nano. And we see Flambo Jambo with this Blizzard potentially in the choke. He's going to throw it early here, just chucking it in there.
Just chucks him. You've lost WK for your Blizzard. Not the best exchange. They're going to walk back towards the point here. Good window from Corey to negate the speed coming through, but the Blizzard will isolate over on towards Didn't You See Me, and the Immortifield's not in place either. Tanipy running towards this point to get that touch on in, and the picks are here once again. WK will get one last second contest on in, trying to get one for the stat sheet, but it will not be the case. Oh no, Unk's lost on the potato from the International Space Station. Cannot land the mechanics there. There's one fight territory for both these sides now.
And not a lot of ults to work with. We see Void Fiber setting up early here, potentially going with this bubble, trying to get something. Mostly just trying to build his ultimate here.
Oh, Flambo Jambo had a block early.
They have to work with.
Void Fiber just trying to run away with their lives right now. Here comes a tonic shock on the backside. It forced on an early wall, and you were talking as well from Corey.
Somebody's got to touch the point.
Corey's 1 HP. Corey's
They're
still not
not going for
surviving.
touch.
Bust down. They get the touch at the
Oh
last
my
second
God,
there.
WK.
Nano on the Void Fiber, but the picks are here. The grab! It goes wide, but they don't need it. And the Puffles are going to take this map. As they do not fear the Reaper or the Zarya in this case. As they're now at match points. And the Hyraxes are now on the back foot. Our final undefeated team has to make a stand.
On a masterclass there from Ying. On Lijiang Tower. Anti-nades every other fight, hitting 3-4 people. Just almost single-handedly winning them multiple fights in a row.
Yeah, I mean, just honestly great overall team play. And I mean, like you said, it was just Sonic was the bait. Sonic did not care if they were out of mech for each fight as what matters, because like, hey, look at the small Korean woman in your backline. Oh wait, there's a architect killing your Baptiste over there, but you didn't see him. And honestly, a great adaptation there from the Puffles. We saw how poorly map 1 went, but now they now are at match point. They have full control of the band's adventure, cannot be touched anymore. And the Hyraxes are now looking for answers. Do they have them? It says break, don't go anywhere. Aurora Overwatch Clash continues after this.
said do. Do not. I said do not. Did you hear what I said? I said do not. Do not love. Do not love. I said do not love the world. Do not love the world, nor the things in the world. If you're loving the world and all its things, the love of the Father is not in you. I said do. I said do. I said do not love the world. If you're loving the world, if you're loving your lust, your soul's turning to rust. Your flesh is leathery and old. Your eyes are dim with mold. Be proud and boast, you will burn like toast. The world is passing away. Did you hear what I said? I said do. I said do not love the world. Destroying herself, wasting her wealth, neglecting her health, dying in lust, death. Death. Did you hear what I said? Death is your destiny. Likewise your progeny. The world is passing away, but you still have the chance today. Repent and turn, read and learn. Let your lonely soul yearn. Yearn for the truth. Did you hear what I said? I said truth. I said truth. The word of the Lord, the double-edged sword. Cut away the guilt of sin, invite him in, be born again to life. No strife, peace, joy, love coming down from above. Life everlasting in Jesus his son. Victory you won. Did you hear what I said? You've won forever with his son. Salvation to impart. Today's the day to start. Do love. Do love. Love the Lord your God. Do love. Do love. Love the Lord your God. Do. I said do. Do not. I said do not. Did you hear what I said? I said do not. Do not love. Do not love. I said do not love the world. Do not love the world, nor the things in the world. If you're loving the world and all its things, the love of the Father is not in you. I said do. I said do. I said do not love the world. Do not love the world. Do. I said do. Do not. I said do. Did you hear what I said? I said do. Do not love. Do not love. I said
And welcome back in, everybody, to Overwatch Clash, Season 9, Week 6 matchup here between the Phyrexian Hyraxes and the Pittsburgh Puffles. We got ourselves some interesting bans here. We were talking in the break that this would probably be the map that the Puffles would want to get rid of that Cassie for Didn't You See Me, because now Void can go a bit crazy on these off angles through these small chokes, and nothing really stopped them now. But the Hyrax is going to chalk us here and ban the Zarya and put Flamboyant in on the tank, wanting to force that Ram brawl. And you're talking, you like this ban here, so give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I think the Zarya ban is smart. They were losing the Zarya mirror on King's Row, and even though Sonic played the D.Va on Lijiang Tower, the Zarya is just not there to bubble Void, right? If Void wants to play super aggressive, if the Hyraxes just group up enough, then they can still kill this Venture. And now with we've seen with some of the most recent OWCS matches that Flambo Jambo on this Ramatra is actually really good into Sonic's signature D.Va pick. So I actually think Sonic has a decent chance of picking either Ramatra or honestly the Mauga comp.
I'm guessing Sonic will be happy to match the Ram here. We've seen the Puffles play that from time to time as well. We're just waiting for some teams to give us the R. We thought we were closer to going in than we were, but they're trying to figure out, I think, the Sandy comp to move in. Because Sandy does have to play this map. They do come in. Sandy will go to the support, and it's going to put Ying on the bench here. So it's going to do a 1-for-1. Honestly, we're keeping... I mean, the way Tampy is playing right now, you got to keep that man in. Like, the Mei has been absurd, what Tampy's been doing right now.
And it's another great map for Mei, right? These enclosed spaces. It's really tough to not get walled off. Especially if you know that Flambo Jambo's going to play Ram.
This also kind of means that going into map 5, if you have to... If you're scared, like, you can do a protect ban on the Mei, because now you can just put Tampy on Mei for map 4 and 5. So you're kind of good to just keep Tank being, because if they would have been, they may probably swap them out. But hey, you know what? It's working. But they don't want to go to map 5. They want it right here. They want to take our final undefeated team out. The Salty Puffles run back now after losing in a sweep to the beta. You know, being the number 1 team in power rankings for a long time here. And kind of, after that loss, falling heavily in a lot of people's rankings, mine included. I won't say I'm better than anybody else, but now they're making the Salty run back. Taking the Hyraxes would be a huge statement win and get them back towards the top.
Yeah, it feels like the Puffles have had a rough few weeks, but they still only have 1 loss on the season. Still in a very good spot to get the number 1 seed potentially, and if they're going to play like this, then definitely could get there.
Oh, gotta turn my music up. But right now, Hyraxes is on the back foot, hoping to hold on to this undefeated season, or will we going into stage 3 with everybody with a loss under their belts? Let's wait and see going in here in a new Junk City. We're going to see for his composition. Flambeau will show the Ram, and Sonic will stick over on towards D.Va, not scared of what they saw on the other side. And now we got the difference here between the Wu Yang and the Lucio. I mean, the Lucio will be there to try to help and get the Ram into position, but the Wu Yang will be just trying to run away from this Ramantra. So it looks like they're playing just don't get punched by the Ram composition with the way they're kind of built right now.
If I were Flambeau Jambo here and I saw them with no speed, I would just run it down onto the back line, try to kill the Wu Yang and this Kiri every single fight. And we'll see if they can do that same strategy. Whalefish swapping over to the Reaper after the TP. I like this, right? They're running a pure brawl, just run it down.
The wall comes through early here. White Fiber very low, forced to dig out of this one. Flambeau Jimbo will lose out on that form here very shortly, but the wall from DCB not quite gonna lock anybody down. Whalefish first to fall here, and Flambeau now with no form online, it's just getting pelted down in the front line. We'll get it back just in time for another engagement. Void Fiber is very deep in. Didn't see me is gonna punish that. Venture on out. Kiriko, or the Suzu from Corey, keeps team standing, but Tanape finds a pick on the opposite number. It's a very messy back and forth affair right now, but Flambeau Jambo flying so low, that will be first point here, probably for the side of the Puffles. They do get numbers back here in time, but with the former expiring for Flambeau Jambo, they cannot contest before the point eventually flips. And Flambeau Jambo's a tough spot.
Back, because Didn't You See Me is a little bit late coming back. Puffles trying to press their advantage, but Void Fibers just goes down early.
Well, you've lost Flambeau. It's going to be tough to make this work. I mean, they're still going band for band right now. The tank is gone. But right now, they can fight this one still. This is very sloppy right now for the side of the Hyraxes. The Puffles love this. Just extra point percentage and you still have your tank on the battlefield.
Yeah, it's so easy for the D.Va to stall at this point, especially when getting double pocketed. Void Fibers already back in the Venture. Lobster going for this beat, trying to win this fight. Actually, double support all overlapping here for the Hyraxes.
Lobster goes in, but Lobster's caught out. Can Lobster get out there with their life? It looks like they will. Beat will expire. But this Portal's found nothing here. The Blizzard comes out from Tanape. Doesn't find any lockdown, but Corey's in no man's land. Gets caught out with no Suzu or TP away. The picks are here now for the Puffles as they play this comp slow. They give 20% or so, but it's probably going to be point A going their way. For just the Blizzard.
If they get back fast enough, they might be able to get a touch here. Obviously, the flip was crucial. 60%. I think they could get there. It might have to be Whalefish, though, to touch. But they're walking into so many ults here for the Puffles.
Going for a bit of a stuff here. Flambeau jump back. And Void Fiber going deep. And they've lost Lobster. And that's probably going to be the point there. Great proactive play there from the Puffles to not allow the touch to come through. Someone will be on the point. It's just Didn't You See Me there trying to get a last second contest. But again, just the DPS ults for that point for the Puffles, and they go on the way towards B with so much in the bank.
The crucial thing here for the Hyraxes is that they have to stay grouped up, right? The only way you're going to be able to deal with Void Fiber is if they have to drill into 5 people and can't get out with their life. But they're just playing a little bit split. Didn't You See Me maybe a little bit on their own? Lobster maybe a little bit split. And they're getting punished for it every single time by Sonic, Ronic, and Void Fiber.
Lost some online here for Whalefish, but here comes the Casinos. They've lost Didn't You See Me in the meantime. Alt in the back line now for Sliced Bread. They've lost Sandy, though, so good one for an exchange. Dev Blossom is invested here. They've lost supports on the other side. Bomb comes out, but Tanape has to use the block to survive on point. Flambeau Jambo with Nation over on towards this point. It's a 3v2. Nation will expire, but here comes a touch from Tanape, coming in with yet another Blizzard. And they're going to allow that flip to come through, and that was everything the Hyraxes had.
Tanic B on this May has been so fantastic the entire series. The Blizzards, every single time, catching Flambo Jambo, the #1 priority for them. So hard to just play this May into the ramp for that exact reason, right? You can't deal with the freeze. You have no way to cleanse yourself the way Azaria would.
Look at this Wi-Fi positioning here, just waiting, hoping they don't check their corners, and they don't. They don't check their corners. A Lobster 1 HP does get out of their life. Blizzard from Deep
freeze is big.
Well played. Ironic does get Susan and gets out. But now Void Fiber is
in the back line.
Stuck behind enemy line. Do they get the kill? They don't take Tonic Checker. The Whalefish is down the beat, not in time. Doesn't land on the Flambo Jambo either. Still, a good exchange here for the squads. The Flambo on point has the form, but gets frozen up by Tanic B and taken down by the boosters. And that's probably going to be yet another point here for the Puffles. As Void Fiber lights at the kill feed, got out with no dig in the backline, and found the Titanic Shock at just the right time.
Yeah, the aggression is just not there in time. We see the beat coming out here from the Hyraxes, but in that time, they couldn't even touch Sliced Bread, who was just able to sit in the backline completely uncontested. If you're going to be playing this Lucio comp with this beat, you have to use that as your cheat button to go and run down the Wu Yang.
And need to see me now swapping over on the Tracer here. Something has to mark Void Fiber, because again, without that Cassie, there's just nothing to stop this venture in your backline. We're seeing how greedy Void Fiber is getting on these engages. Corey does have the Casino Rush here, trying to bait Void Fiber in. They will do so, but get that. Tanic has a Blizzard, by the way. I just looked at it. Tanic has another Blizzard online.
Yeah, it's been 5 minutes. He has 3 Blizzards.
This is absolutely insane, and there is nothing to match the other side. Blizzard comes out right over onto Flambo Jambo, and the Casino Rush comes out. Annihilation here as well, but just gets frozen multiple times. Flambo Jambo is playing tank in the year 2025. Wolfish eventually takes down target #1 here, and Sonic is in no man's land, has the bomb, but they don't have the follow-up on it. Oh, Wolfish! Void Fiber's on point and finds the pick on a Lobster. It looks so bad for the Puffles, but Sonic with a clutch bomb in the last moment. How did they make that work? I feel like I've said it so many times. At this point, it's just expected that the Puffles are never out of a fight.
The lights, and they might be too bright for the Hyraxes. Their undefeated record is looking like it's going to come to an end here, as they're dying to things that I feel like they shouldn't be, right? The fight started so well for them, getting the pick early, but the Diva Bomb, it's just not the way to have this game end. It can't end like that.
They have enough chances here to come back for another one, but Wolfish is cut out again! Corey 1 HP getting walked down and taken down by Slice Bread from way downtown. There's someone on point capping. It's Did You See Me? But Tappy is there for the mark as well. So the Tracer forced to retreat, and now for just what consider she'd win that fight. Still, Death Blossom, Pulse from online here for the Hyraxes. They have a chance. This is the fight to win if you're going to do it.
Has to be the one. They need the gain momentum to stay in this series. It might be a 3-0 on Flashpoint here. Void Fiber going early with his own Tectonic.
Caught out. Good start.
For it. And Didn't You See Me almost getting the flip too.
Death Blossom out from Whalefish here, gets eaten by the defense major, but Slice Bread pops in. That Toto Rush on the other side. Flambo Jambo knocked to the ground with Did You See Me? The Blizzjax comes through! A huge pick from Whalefish! Shuts that down! Investigating the beat over the top for just the final touches. And that will be the flip, as Ironic can get staggered here on the side as well. So the Hyraxes making it work. Great pick from Whalefish to shut down the Blizzard. If Tempest got that off, it could have been curtains. But comes up clutch. The lights were not too bright there.
Also, it was a really good Suzu in the middle of that fight by Corey. Flambo Jambo got hit with the freeze from the deep freeze perk by Tanic B, as well as Slice Bread's Wu Yang ultimate, and the cleanse stopped both of them, keeping Flambo Jambo alive.
Very aggressive push coming on through here to Void Fiber 1 HP. Whoa! Whoa! Wins that 1v1 on the side. More ult potentially need to be invested here. As the Casinos begins to dissipate, here comes the Annihilation, the bomb on the other side. Trying to force his face. Flambo is alone. Wolfish finally going to match up with the Sumatra here. As 75% here, they're trying to stop this toucher coming through, and they've lost Sonic's mech. A great start here, and that's going to be the point going the way of the Hyraxes, despite Wolfish here lighting up the kill feed on this Reaper, and finally a bit of respite, a bit of a breather for the Hyraxes as they are still in this series, still in this map.
Yeah, I think they're starting to figure out this matchup a little bit. This Didn't You See Me on the Tracer has looked much better, actually putting some pressure on to Slicebread and Sandy, meaning that Sonic Ronic is not getting as much care as he was on some of the earlier maps. Good eco.
Oh, the Pulse one gets eaten here. Void Fiber coming back with Tectonic Shock online. Corey's well TP's away. Lobster has the beat here to match the ultimates on the other side. Tectonic Shock out from Sandy. Using Casino Rush over top of the point, trying to get him in position. Lobster 1 HP taken down. It will be exchanged out 1-for-1 on the supports though. Here comes in the Tidal Rush out from Sonic, but the kills are here. Do they have the fall here? Flame Jumbo is 1 HP. And will go down. Corey just TP's in to see the corpse. They've lost the mech. Corey 1 HP. Void Fiber is there. Void Fiber versus Did You See Me? But here comes the reinforcements for the Hyraxes. Then Did You See Me on the Tracer, making miracles happen.
Yeah, and the trades were actually huge there. The Kiriko dying first there means the Puffles didn't have as much healing, couldn't keep Sonic Ronic in that mech. And obviously Lobster being the first death means that Lobster's actually going to get back much faster. She came in at the end there helping out and getting those crucial cleanups there onto Sonic and Void Fiber.
And able to hold on to support almost here as well is huge for the Hyraxes. Hold on to that Blizzard, hold on to the Casino Rush. Corey TP's on in. The Blizzard doesn't land on the Corey or Flambo Jambo. Now Flambo Jambo has to try to survive this one. To Tectonic Shock on the point. Oh no! This fight might not could have gone worse for the Hyrax, but Flambo Jambo is still there. Still trying to make it work. The Deep Freeze perk, not in time. Flambo Jambo still has the form, has the captain coming in for the clutch. Do they have it? They do not! Sonic Ronic is 1 HP. Can they survive for the supports to get back in time?
I was going to say that it was a surprisingly good ult economy here for the Hyraxes. Despite them using both support ults, they were in a good spot, but then Flambo Jambo tried to turn the fight. I respect the effort, but now you're going with basically nothing. Pulse Bomb here from Didn't You See Me, maybe the only option.
Didn't You See Me has made miracles work on Tracer so far this map. Can they land another one? Their team needs it. The undefeated season rests on this Pulse Bomb right now. Corey down early. The point going for a flip here, but the numbers are not in their favor. Tampy has fallen. The point does flip.
Huge flip.
As a free flip, like you said, it's a big one for Didn't You See Me. Force a recall here, and we'll get out with their life. So Didn't You See Me holds on the Pulse Bomb and gets into one fight territory for the Hyraxes. But still, no ults in that neutral, and nothing gained for the Hyraxes. Well, look at the mid ults, or the mid-fight ults here for the Puffles online here. And Corey caught out! Corey was nowhere to be found! The Kiriko's down, and the gold button has been pressed! The Puffles walking on in, Willfish 1 HP, 2 down, and just like that, that might just be the first L on the board for the Hyraxes. The Blizzard gets chucked in for a chilling end to the series. Didn't You See Me just try to get one last touch on the point? Was getting marked out by Tanic B, and they're not gonna do it, and that's gonna be it. I said it yesterday, but it's finally here. No more undefeated stand. Everybody has joined the circle of suck.
Puffles maybe making a return to #1 at the top of the power rankings after this win. They looked so strong. Obviously, map 1 looked great for the Hyraxes, but then the Puffles, they figured it out and found a completely different gear for the rest of the series.
They won the venture ban. That's all. That's all that matters. They won the venture ban. And now we got to give ourselves a very enviable position of awarding a match MVP. You know, we had somebody in mind going into this map 4. I don't know if your mind has changed on that or not because of how well a certain somebody played on their pick, but I'll let you give your thoughts here.
I will say, I do think Void Fiber killed Corey, I think, 3 times in a row in those last few fights. Absolutely crucial pick. They played the map phenomenally on their signature venture, of course. Tanic B as well, hitting so many crucial blizzards, and they played really well throughout the entire series, I think. But I am okay with going with who we originally were going to go with going into this map.
I'm good with that too. We got to give a shout out to our support players every now and then. We're going to go ahead and give it over on to Ying because of how well they played, not only on that Ana on Lijiang Tower, but also we heard in the comms check how important Ying was to the Pittsburgh Puffles sort of come back there on their attack, telling them how to play his composition. and making it work. So we're gonna go ahead and give it over on to Ying. You know, you can always love White Fiber as much as possible, and then Tanby always gets to play again. But we're gonna give it to Ying, give it a new person here. We can bring him in for a quick MVP interview as well. And there they are, our match MVP. Congratulations on the win, taking down the final undefeated Titan of the season. How's it feel coming off the initial match here?
It was really rocky first map, but then I told my team, guys, how evil do we want to be? And I told them how to play Zarya, and we went bar for bar. So it feels really good. We're in a very good spot.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking kind of in between map 3 and 4, like, no matter what happens, Ding is our match MVP, right? Because we heard in the comms check that you were just teaching the team how to play Zarya from scratch. You like brought out the coloring book, and we're like, here, Reaper, TP on this person, get bubble. If you think you're gonna die, get out of there. Like, we were also thinking, if there's one person on this goddamn planet who knows how to play Zarya Reaper, it's the guy who plays with Wind every single day. So
yeah. Shout out Suji. I know Zarya theory out of the back of my hand, and honestly, shout out to my team. Like, we didn't do very well, but we bounced back after map 1, and we're very open to trying things, and hey, it worked.
You got anything, Dave?
Yeah, I gotta ask about the Ana on map 3. Obviously, the Kiriko ban came in, maybe facilitating that a little bit. But talk me through why you went to Ana over a pick like the Wu Yang or potentially the Juno.
I was going to originally play BAP, but we decided we're going to walk out D.Va first, so I feel like BAP is a bit harder with the D.Va. So, and then I realized, hey, Kiri's banned. I just get to wait for them to walk, and I throw my nade, and I win the game.
I mean, it's cool for me to watch. Sort of, I was saying, in the cast and everything, since you're a rookie, you wouldn't know, but Corey's been here since Season 1 and was, in his prime, known as the Ana in this league, so it was like watching, Ultraviolet take on Ryu Jae-hong in the Battle of the Anas, and you came out on top of that one. So
Battle of the Generations.
it truly was a battle of the generation, not a generational battle. We will say that for the very least. But I guess I'll go one more question before I ask El Clasico, because we've seen you guys play a lot of this D.Va composition. We know the Venture ban has been a struggle for you guys. We kind of seemingly randomly pull out the Zarya composition. We have not seen Sonic match the Zarya a lot. We've seen the Ram, the D.Va, but the Zarya has sort of been something you guys have saved away from. Is this something you've been scrimming recently, or was that kind of a pulled out of your behind in a very critical situation?
That might have been the first time we ever played Zarya Reaper.
Well, I mean, considering you were telling Void Fiber how to TP on Reaper, it would probably not have been the most scrim composition, but did Void Fiber knew their keybinds were on Reaper, or like
I mean, for that comp, it's purely just to find whoever you can TP on and then win the game. Eventually, the Zarya will just kill everything else. And a bit scrappy, definitely not the most optimized, but we have the Zarya in the bag now, it would seem. We can play some D.Va, we can play some Ram. I think we're a very hard team to ban against now.
Except for one character, but we'll talk about that. Hey, listen, I'm not the one person who loses the non-venture team anymore. Okay, I have been redeemed by the Hyraxes, but I guess I'll do one more, Nave. You can take El Clasico, but I've been asking people recently. This patch coming out on Tuesday for the mid-season, or the new season, we're expecting some big changes. What is one character or change you want to see for the game? I think it's interesting to see people's thoughts on the new patch.
I mean, I wouldn't complain if Zarya was shot. I definitely wouldn't.
I've heard that the last 4 matches has been guys, I'm not gonna say it, but I think the Zarya should be like thrown in a dumpster and the dumpster thrown in the river. I'm not gonna say that, but I don't know.
I mean, it's just like, it was fun for like the few months, and then it's kind of pulled the goats. It's been around for a little too long now, So I think the time for the Zarya is time to put her away for a little bit, put her back into hibernation.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Ying, have you seen the silver win rates? I don't think you have. I think she deserves a buff. All right, Nave, go ahead and take El Clasico from us.
Yeah,
Anything else.
I mean, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think Zarya Reaper is the most boring comp in the game currently. Now, a lot of people talk about how like a lot of other comps are really boring. I think Zarya Reaper is so boring, and I try to avoid it as much as possible. But with that being said, of course, El Clasico. If you could give MVP to anyone else on your team, who would it be and why?
Man, I mean, can I like rip it in half and give it to like Sonic and Void because they both just like.
Nope,
tried
sorry.
new
You have
things?
one cookie.
That's a cop out.
You have one
Can't do
cookie.
that.
You have to make enemies
guess-
here.
Oh no.
Will you hurt your captain's feelings, or will you break your ties with Twin? The hardest question ever asked.
I think I'm gonna give it to Sonic because Zarya is very important, and I think he played very well. He definitely took what I said to heart, and it showed.
Especially learning it mid game. that's a huge. And taking it to, if not the best, a top 2 Zarya in the league in Whalefish. You know, with maybe lacking the grab charge, whatever, but making it work for the team and just honestly holding their own in that hard matchup. Gotta give respect to Sonic Chronic there. But
Yes,
with that being said, we'll send you on your way back to celebrate. No undefeated teams left, and we hope to see you again here for stage 3, rolling the playoffs.
Thank you for having me, and have a good night, gentlemen.
Where the hell is your team chat? I can't find it.
I could just go.
Yeah, leave, please. I can't find Puffles. All right. Nave, we had ourselves a really good match there. The 3-1, I don't believe really does that dust us, but we're here now. No more undefeated teams left going into stage 3. A lot now on the line for all these one-loss teams fighting for that number 1 spot and that first round bye in the top stage.
Yeah, a really exciting match, obviously, to conclude the second stage here. And even though the Hyraxes lost, I don't think they were out of that series at all, and I think they could potentially come back and still be in real contention for that number 1 seed. But the Puffles, after a rough few weeks, they seem to have found their early season form again when they looked so dominant. I'm excited to see how they perform coming up in the next stage.
It is very nice to see that all teams have lost, and we had like 2 god teams coming in prior to weeks 5 and 6, being the Hyraxes and the Baby Girls. And just to see that they bleed means that these top stage games are going to be even more exciting to watch. So you guys are not going to miss that. If you are not already, make sure to follow the Twitch channel, join our Discord link below of our channel in the description. But with that being said, for Nave, I've been Booney. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a great rest of the evening, and we'll see you all for stage 3.